As usual, I want to start with something light. This is not nothing too philosophical, nothing to really rack your brain around. I just saw this uh, this clip that Shade Room posted. This is the Shade Room of a cool little interaction between Drake and Ben the Don. So it's Ben the Don, one of the funniest folks on the internet right now. And you know, really, the caption really says it all. Normalizing girl compliments with my dogs. So let's hear the compliments that Drake wanted to show or give to his homeboy.
My baddie friend ate down.
No, the fuck he didn't.
You ate down.
No, the fuck I didn't. Bro, stop doing that.
Bro,
compliment me regular.
I'm just giving you a compliment, bro.
That's not them type.
It's regular.
My dog, I love you, bro.
Yeah.
Love.
You ate up though. You like
No,
it's giving no boy. Ate down. Ate down.
I want to start off by saying what's the problem, but I feel as if people already getting a little tensed up. Come on, we gotta loosen up. It's just compliments and listen. We all compliment each other from time to time. We all acknowledge that our homeboys and our homegirls and our friends and our companions are doing well in life. What's the problem? So salute to Drake. He just wants to give compliments to his homeboy, but there's a bit of resistance. He doesn't. He's like, oh, whoa, which obviously we're gonna get into it, but some compliments are a bit sus. But it really just begs the question: if when I compliment somebody, I'm gonna get some pushback or some resistance. What are the rules and regulations, or should there be rules or regulations? So when you compliment, we'll say homeboys, but I guess we'll also kind of expand it to homegirls as well. What do we think, girls? Is this out of line? Like, there's only some compliments that girls can give each other, and there's only some compliments guys can give each other. Is that what we're saying?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I don't know. In theory, there's nothing wrong with the compliments Drake was given, but
just to be clear, what did Drake say? Because I don't know.
He said he ate down.
What is that?
Oh my god!
Come on!
Oh my god! I didn't bring. I see. I kind of first rapping because if you don't have some young boy or young girl friends in your circle, you might not hear some of the lingo. But we can play it one more time. I still don't give you.
I think we're all old.
I'm not. I hear all this on a semi-regular. I've heard all these things before.
I've never heard this one. I mean, I feel like I keep up for the most part, but
do you apparently really?
Not. Apparently not.
I've never heard this one at all. It's a new one.
Okay, well, I'm sure you heard the part where he said, "Is giving rude boy."
Oh my god,
rude boy. What's the problem with that?
Oh, there we go.
Giving
progressive.
The giving.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest, and we're still on you, Ghost, but when guys say it's giving. Yeah.
It's I don't know why there's not a great reason for it, but some compliments just come off as effeminate and leave it for the woman. All the certain subset of certain phrases and stuff like that, it's giving all that shit it's
Ugh.
just don't say it to a dude. It's that simple. There's not a great reason for it. But.
So if a guy compliments you like the way Drake was complimenting homeboy, are you gonna say anything, or are you gonna? Thanks, G. I appreciate you.
I'm assuming you mean this is a friend or something, but I might probably have the same reaction that this dude did because it's weird. And if a random dude that I didn't know was giving me this compliment, I would think that he's gay. Something like that. Looking at that's really why.
First of all, what does a compliment have to do with somebody's sexuality?
Again, it's an effeminate compliment that it's just like the way certain people talk, language they utilize. If you want to give off the impression that you're a certain way or you for a certain vibe, then you use. It's not an accent, the language that you use. So it is what it is. I mean, I most certainly would not be interested. That's
Yes, obviously we don't have to even state. Okay, so how do you compliment a guy if he's quote unquote looking? He's looking alright.
I would say you don't, because guys don't. I'm joking, but I don't know. Just say exactly what you just said. Look good, sharp.
She looks sharp. The 1950s, looking sharp.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, fair enough. How do you compliment a guy if you want to like acknowledge that he's doing well in life?
Typical. I see you trying to get like you, per usual.
I just feel as if we're kind of limiting ourselves on how we can express our views. But
there's a whole litany of compliments you can give. It's funny you say that when you would just roasted me for my choice, but it's a whole litany of compliments you can give. But if it's a specific
okay. So if you want me to be clearer, what's the modern day way to express like love to another guy? But it's fine. What about you, Ace? What do you think of some of these compliments? Do you really think it insinuates certain masculine or feminine behavior, I suppose, or is everything kosher?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think about it that deeply anymore. Like, I really do.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I used to be much more like judgmental towards stuff like this, and maybe even would have gotten like maybe not offended, but would not want to hear this type of stuff.
What do you offended?
Coming from a male.
How do you get offended if somebody compliments you?
Yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but yeah, now like I wouldn't care. I would laugh it off, kind of just and kind of take the compliment. And I think I would never compliment somebody using this type of terminology. Like obviously 8 down, I didn't even know it, but apparently if it's something that would
okay, well
said by females or
just to
what was the other one? What was the other one he said?
It's giving.
It's giving. Yeah. I would never say stuff like that. But if another male said that to me, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Like,
I don't want to focus too much on the terminology, but
would you be happy if they continuously compliment you with that specific terminology, or would you just ignore it every time?
I mean, it wouldn't even necessarily be that I would be ignoring it. It's just that I would just laugh it off and continue to take it as a compliment.
Fair enough. I don't want to focus too much on terminology, but if you heard somebody say you ate that, would you perceive that to be? Do you know what that means? Or you ate?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So it just
you wore that well. I mean, that's what my brain would interpret it as. I mean, that's what it means, right?
You're in the right ballpark. Listen, I don't focus too much on that. So it seems like if you don't really care, then I guess we don't really got to get into what you deem as like acceptable compliments for.
Also, I have been the one to dish out some of these compliments to you in particular, Quest. I mean,
whoa, hey, yo, what type of compliments are we talking about here?
Like when I noticed that we're starting to get more buff working out.
Oh,
how did you say it?
Just like that.
Get more buff. Yeah.
That's a normal thing to say. No, it's not about the compliment.
But I'm saying Quest even for that, Quest kind of flinched.
Well, obviously, I'm putting sauce on it. We're talking about particular, like the way of complimenting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you had said any of the stuff that Drake just said, I would have caught it in the moment. Because even I'm acknowledging that, like, obviously, there's just going to be a distinct difference between how men typically compliment and how women typically compliment. It just is what it is. There are some things that are, like Ghost was saying, more masculine, some things that are more feminine. Now, if you want to try to blur those lines, you gotta do that with the right people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just don't throw this out to random people for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like I said, it's not much to really dig deep into. I'm sure there's always going to be a compliment that you hear that you're going to think sus or hey yo, but obviously, you got to go based off. You also should always typically consider like the intention. But unless there's nothing else, and I don't perceive there to be anything else, we can move on to the next topic.